Texas. I am great and also looking forward to spending some time with you and talking about our new team empowerment program. Also
Yeah.
answering some questions and using, I believe, some of our past experience to share with every teenager instead of just kids that happen to want to be in the entertainment industry.
Well, tell us a little about your past experience so we know who you are. I know who you are. I imagine a few people out there know who you are, but somebody might not. So tell us about you.
Well, my name is Paige Parks, and I made a career out of helping teenagers change their lives and get involved in the entertainment industry. I have agencies in Texas, Houston, Dallas, and Austin, and have been in business for the past 35 years. And my success is only a result of helping so many teenagers get where they were going. How about you?
Hmm. I don't know if I can match that, but I'll try.
No, that's only the surface.
Yeah. I've been in the entertainment industry for 30 some years, long time, and living in Albuquerque, New Mexico right now. I moved here for the industry and have been teaching actors and coaching actors for a number of years, and acting and writing and directing. I directed my first feature film in 2013 and developing another one right now. And that's, for me, kind of the genesis of this with you and me, just what it took to put the movie together. What does it take to create your dreams in the world?
Absolutely. And when I first spoke to you, I had just returned from a adult seminar about bettering your life. And all I could think about while I was there, which is what I got to share with you, was what if we could teach every teenager this so that that room was empty of, of adults that were needing to reprogram their thought process. And what if they would have reprogrammed it at 13 instead of 36 or 66 or the age of the people sitting around me? So I became very inspired. I spoke with you. You have such a background in coaching and teaching. And again, I felt like that if we could teach people to brand themselves for the entertainment industry, that we also could teach any and every teenager how to brand themselves. So this series was sort of created out of, again, wanting to help teenagers change their lives. I appreciate you
I
doing it with me.
totally agree. And I think, probably the statement that we have on our flyer, probably that resonates with me the most about what we're doing is why try to fit in when you can stand out?
Right.
And I've never fit in. I don't know how much I stood out, but I've never fit in. And I think learning to live the life that you really determine is the life you want to live, as opposed to what somebody else tells you need to be doing, is the biggest challenge for any teenager, for any person in the world.
Well, I'm
But
always trying to advise their parents to watch what they love to do as a hobby. Invest in their interest in skateboarding. Don't make your skateboarder an accountant. But it's also important that we teach teenagers how to communicate with their parents. And one of the largest steps in your life is to follow your dreams and not be a failure as an accountant that maybe was your mom or dad's dream.
I would agree, and it just brings a story to mind as well. My first acting class that I ever took in Los Angeles a few years back, there was a kid in my class who was this gorgeous young guy, and he was an amazing athlete, and his sport was skateboarding. And this was at a point in time when the first skateboarding movie ever made came out. It was called Skateboard USA. And this guy got cast in the lead role of the film, skateboarding. And he had quite a career in front of him. I don't know whatever happened to him, but skateboarding was it. And he made a career out of his sport.
Well, I think that again, that's the message that we want to teach the teenagers is how to be true to yourself. When I found out that I was good enough and that part of my casual, honest approach was really what helped me get where I was going. I used the things that were maybe quirky about myself or even faults about myself, to be able to turn that into a brand just like I was. But there were years where I wanted to be something. I didn't ever want to be what I was. And what I was absolutely awesome. And that's what I would like to take 4 weekends out of teenagers' lives, spread out through 1 year's time, and show you how 4 weekends can completely teach you to change your life. And you, I think, have the same interest as far as sharing that kind of knowledge.
Well, I think, why you and I are doing this together, first of all, is we have a bond from somewhere, and we really relate well to each other, and we're both extremely energetic human beings, and we love kids. But you really bring, your experience of actually stepping up and starting a business and being very successful for a long time. And it all came about as a result of you just making a decision to do something. And
Well,
with me, my movie was the same way. I mean, I'd been in the business for a lot of years, and I just one day decided that I'd written a screenplay, and I just decided it's time to turn it into a film. And I just put one foot in front of the other one, and I just learned the only way to do anything, to get anything done, is to step outside of the box and think creatively and trust yourself and do it.
but
And I
you could have maybe done that at 18 had you been in empowerment camp. I think it's, or workshop series, or, any type of, we didn't, not, kids don't even have their parents really that know exactly how to teach them this information. The parents don't know the information. I had to go learn the information, but it also, I believe, is our goal to help people do it even at a younger age than either one of us took that step. And I took it at 21 years old, stepped off into business, and again, tried to keep my whole life out of my comfort zone so that I was completely always challenged. And I think people are looking for a comfort zone, and really they don't go together. You can't reach your goals and stay in your comfort zone.
right, and I wish I had been pointed in that direction when I was younger, when I was a teenager. I mean, it's not like my life's not great right now, it is, but I can just imagine what would have happened if I had actually, had someone point me in the direction of really following my own dream, really trusting myself enough to say, no, I'm not doing what you want me to do. I've got this idea. I'm going to try it out, and this is what I want to do.
But
And
also the entrepreneurship in you, regardless of an age, was still very much your spirit. As an entrepreneur at 21 years old, I want to teach kids how to step right into what they want to do. The largest gap is between what you went to school for and what you really want to do. So if we can help you close that gap and save years of your life, then the process is obviously happening to you quicker. So teen entrepreneurship is also one of our programs, is how do you step out?
yeah, and nobody better to teach that than you or me. And when I say teach, I don't really want this to, what we're doing, I don't really get is being teachers in this regard. I think we're more or less guides more than anything else. And we're also collaborators and co-conspirators with the people that we'll be working with, because I teach acting. I've been doing it for a long time, and I get as much of an education from the actors as I hope they get from me. So it's an exchange I'm looking to create, and an energetic interchange and exchange where you and I really just have a ball with these kids we're going to work with, and they will step out of this thing opened up, their mind opened wide up, so they can really see, this is me, this is what I want to do, and I'm doing it, darn it.
It's so true. I met up with the Page Parks talent and went to a Luke Bryant concert last night, and he was playing with Randy Houser, and he said the same thing. Paige, if I would have ever known that me was okay, I could have even done it quicker than 30, and he's very, very successful. But I think teaching teenagers that the story in their head is what they will become. So even if they don't speak it, it's a powerful, powerful force. and it must be a force of good. If you say, I'm going to step, if you don't fail, you're not going to learn. And I'm
Right.
always uncomfortable. I'm as excited to meet the new talent as they are me, honestly, like you just said. You know, they're like, it's so great to meet you. And I'm like, gosh, I really, really feel the same way.
Yeah.
Instantly put them at ease with me where they don't have to be someone else. And this is a taught skill. These are tools that you can be taught. It is not a born thing that you're comfortable with yourself.
So we called what we're doing the Teen M-Powerment series. So what does that mean to you?
Well, I believe the subjects that we're interested in covering are in these 4-week workshops that are held starting on November 13th, 14th, and 15th that I believe we're going to have some special offers for today.
We are.
Thing that
Goodies.
we feel is important is, of course, to get to know yourself, and the key to creating your best and biggest life, which is what you spoke about in the beginning. The second phase of this is to accept yourself. The fact that I took my little quirks and didn't let them, I didn't hide them from people. You know, that's kind of what helped make me what I am, and it will help make them what they are. But these are the tools that they're trying to put away. They're not putting in a toolbox so they can use them later. And then I think, too, that you have some things to say about the next couple of workshops that are included in this 4-weekend series to change your teenager's life.
Yeah, of course. Well, again, what we're doing is putting in motion now the first of a 4-workshop series that'll take place over the course of a year. The first one is called Know Yourself. And, I think if anything, if I had been plugged into that when I was a teenager in my life, I would have been on this path a lot sooner. And the movie that I just made in 2013, the lead actor in my film said, if you'd made this movie 10 years ago, you would have had 10 more films under your belt in the interim. Well, if I started doing what I wanted to do when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, where would I be right now? So I teach acting, and what I teach for my actors, the bottom line is to have no fear. That the actors that I like to hire as a director, the actors that have no fear. And does that mean you're not afraid of anything? Kind of. And that's what I'm out to have these kids that we're going to work with experience. What is it like for them not to be concerned about themselves, not to worry about themselves, and just to do what's in their head to do, to trust themselves enough to know that they are brilliant, and it's just a matter of giving them this environment in which they test it out. And through exercises that I do in my acting classes, I'll be bringing those to the workshops as well that help people really get in touch with that so that they see that they can create whatever they want to in their lives. And to truly empower yourself means you don't need anybody else to empower you. You really can provide it for yourself, and when you know that, then you can create whatever you want to on the planet. And I think that's what we're both about, aren't we?
Well, I think that the be weird, be random, be who you are, be unstoppable is why you need to join our Teen Empowerment workshops. And I also hope that our specials will encourage you to register today.
Yeah. Well, why don't we chat a little bit about what the offers are for people, so they'll get an idea about how they can step in and join us. And again, the first workshop, like you said before, is November 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Yes.
The 13th is going to be a really cool intro.
And that's in Texas, correct?
That is in Houston.
Okay.
In Houston, Texas. I think it's going to be your place, isn't it?
Yep.
How cool. Well, the first night's going to be an introduction where everybody can come. They can bring friends and parents and whoever else. And each of the kids that participates is going to need to have one adult who at the end of the weekend is going to be there to stand for them. So you definitely want to choose who that's going to be in your life. Somebody who really stands for you in your life, who you know is always going to be there to say, yes, go for it, go, go, go. And we'll do crazy things like we'll have a dancer there, dancing all kinds of interesting things. outside of the box totally. And we're going to introduce a program that night. The next 2 days are going to be involved, up to your ears, actively involved, doing everything that you can possibly think of that gets you to a place where you really realize that you are something special, so that they know that about themselves. So for the first weekend, we've got a holiday discount right off the bat, where you can register for the workshop for $2.99, and that covers the first weekend. And normally it's a higher price, but we've discounted it down for the holidays, and also because you and I are kicking this off. I mean, we're finally in a place where we're really going to do the first one, and we're so excited about it. We want people to be there, so we're offering these specials. $2.99 for the workshop for the holiday discount, but there's another discount, a deeper discount, if you register by October the 25th. If you register by October the 25th, it's $1.99 for the same workshop. Now, we decided, I'm sorry, you want to say something?
No, I think that's awesome. It's normally a couple of $1,000s to even attend Page Park. So again, I think this is such a personal interest of ours that these discounts are awesome.
And the thing I find so incredible about that is when they come to Page Parks and they pay that money and they get great learning and teaching and great skills there, very seldom are they really working one-on-one with you. Well, guess what? They're going to be with you and me one-on-one throughout the whole weekend, and that's really cool.
And the reason for that is, again, this is our passion. It's not something anyone is telling us to do. It's not on my list. I make models and actors and musicians, so my goal is to share this, and I know that's yours as well. Are those all of the discounts?
No. We have a couple more. We also have one where if you register by midnight tonight, you have a deeper discount of $99 for the weekend. Now that's quite a discount. And we have one more. The last one is a 2-for-1 discount. So if you register with a friend, anytime between now and the dates of the workshop, if you register together, you get 2 for the price of 1. And that's based on the $2.99 price, so that's quite a savings as well.
And that comes on tonight at midnight, right? After the $99 special is over.
That's right. After midnight tonight, that door is open 2-for-1. And but if I were, given that I were going to be doing this, I would register before midnight tonight. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's
the reason you would register by midnight tonight is then you could afford the rest of them.
Right.
4 weekends teaching teen empowerment with Page Parks and Price Hall. We invite you to come and do your part in learning how to put tools in your toolbox that can totally change your life, and we're going to share those tools with you.
And just one more time, just so people will know what they're in for the whole series. First series, the first workshop in teen empowerment is Know Yourself. The second one is Accept Yourself. The third workshop is Fear Nothing, and truly fear nothing. And the last of the workshops is Empower Yourself. And that's what we're about. So
the first step today, and register to spend some time with Price and I to change your teenage life. Have a great day, Price.
Thanks. And by the way, there's a link at the bottom of the page here where they can go to register. There's also an 800 number. We'd encourage people to go to the link and register that way. And again, if you do it by midnight tonight, you get quite a savings. And then you're on board. And we're going to have a heck of a time.
Great. I've enjoyed talking to you guys, and I look forward to seeing you at our first Teen Empowerment Workshop, November 13th, 14th, and 15th. Bye, Price.
Bye. Take care, Paige. Thanks. Bye, everybody.